Welcome back, spooky cuties, or welcome to my very low budget channel. 'Tis I, your sacrilegious host with the most, Patricia Absinthe. And yes, the thumbnail and my costume choice are on purpose. As I figured today, why not discuss why are goth chicks so fetishized? Especially if you think about like how most of our high school experiences went. Sometimes we were hit on. In general, though, treated horribly, told we were awful, wrist checks, all kinds of horrible bullying crap happened to a lot of us, right? And all of a sudden we're an adult and we're having these men, some of whom treated us like that, being all, oh my god, goth bitches. And it's disconcerting, or especially some men will approach a goth girl in a collar and like try to tug on it or even put a leash on it. Uh, Having their big titty goth girlfriend fetish. It's a lot. Like, why? Why are we so fetishized? Why does it feel so sudden? And the thing is, it's not. It's just because of TikTok. It's just because big titty goth girlfriend is a fun thing to say. It's nothing new. And you can blame TikTok. You can blame ladies making a living if you want, but it doesn't get to the root of the problem. So to start, first, I have some memes. Because why wouldn't I start this discussion with some memes? Yes. So first, this one had people bitchy with me a little bit. But when I posted it, I literally said, it's kind of mean, but it's funny. I need a goth girl so bad. And yeah, they have a tendency of being very normal. Is normal technically a bad thing? No. But is it the fact that it tends to be the same kind of dudes? Yeah. And it's interesting. It's interesting. Why are these guys suddenly reaching out to us, going and paying money to look at us? Why are they fetishizing us? And then next, motherfuckers be like, I need a goth girlfriend to ruin my life so bad. And literally look like this. The fucking beanie. And there's no shade, especially I feel bad for the dude in the meme. Sorry, mate. But it's funny how he literally looks like the head that could have been on the body of the other meme. Like, see them side by side here? They look like the same person. And again, it's nothing against just looking like an average guy. There's nothing wrong with that. The joke is just, why do women like us attract that sort of normal, nerdy gamer dude? Just like this one, which is actually my fiance's favorite meme. When he found this years ago, he thought it was the funniest shit, said to his friends. Finally, I have found the scroll of truth. You'll never have a goth bitch. But it's funny. It's like the main thing that people don't realize is you have to have something in common. Just because you think they're hot, or oh, you liked the Hex girls, that doesn't mean you actually like them as a person. Hence what I'm talking about from a fetishized perspective. But you can't just get a goth girlfriend based on how they look. If you like nothing in common, or like the majority of cases, they want you to tone it down or like different around their family. It's bullshit. No. You either want a goth and all that comes with it, accessories and all, or you don't. Either you occasionally are okay with going dancing or them going dancing, or you're not. You either want to watch horror movies sometimes, or you don't. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's just a girlfriend is a whole ass person. Okay? And another meme. You know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. I hope you never find a goth bitch. But It's the same thing. Like, I find these funny. These are already saved on my phone. But why are they calling, if they want a goth girl so bad, why are they calling them goth bitches? And just like, what's the matter, little fella? Don't have a big titty goth girlfriend. And it's true. Because these same guys, they will get all up in arms over wanting a big titty goth girlfriend, but not know a single thing about them. And not even understand, not all goths are gonna have big boobs. And not all ladies with big boobs are gonna be goths. So what if a really hot, small booby goth girl came at you? Would you be like, nope, not big enough? Like, what? And then the last one, which is actually my favorite meme for this. The floor's goth bitches. So obviously, again, this is not a new phenomena. Like, back in high school, it was actually funny. People thought I was, like, super intimidating and just didn't want to date anyone, but actually, like, no one ever asked me out. I was constantly asked by the same people who made fun of me if I wanted to have sex with them. Like, no. But it's completely different. That's what it means by, like, fetishized. And one big thing that I've seen is goth girls blaming goth women who also do sex work. It's unrelated. And I mean, as this part is a bit of a newer phenomena, like, my whole opinion when it comes to that is being sexualized as a person involves consent. And if you don't give that consent, you have not given it. In my case, for example, I'm gonna be sexualized no matter what. I at least want some fucking money for it. And other people, they don't want to be sexualized. Don't sexualize them. I have provided you a service, and same with other goth sex workers, like, we have provided a service. Direct that attention towards us and not the random strange lady in the street. That's the difference. And even so, when I'm the random strange lady in the street, don't direct it at me. That is not the venue, the time, the place, the platform. Just like right now. I mean, whatever, but it's still not the time and the place. Like, I was in the goth club and the dude sat down behind me dancing and put his hand down his pants. Not the time and place, but public is not the time and place. So I guess the point of that little spiel is just that creepy men are gonna do it no matter what. Don't blame sex workers unless they're pretending or just going for the fashion to try to capitalize off of it. I'm just capitalizing off of it because I already am. Look at that. Big titty goth girl. What do you know? I might as well actually use the tag and make some money. But of course, other people aren't comfortable with that, which is fine. But stop blaming sex workers for that. Like, this is not a new phenomena. It has been going around way before a hashtag did, before big titty goth girlfriend was even a thing. Dude, we have always been sexualized. Because one of the main ones is, of course, the fashion. Even amongst the goth community, I mean, if you think about the fashion and the history of the fashion, a lot of it was DIY, a lot of it involves corsets, literal lingerie that you're wearing. I mean, for a normal person, those are boudoir clothes. And for a goth, it's Tuesday. So I can see how, especially from the 80s onward, it would get a little bit cross-wired in some people's heads of, is this sexualized or is this just Tuesday? Because yeah, this is the stuff that their wife would wear in the bedroom for them for Valentine's Day, and they're just going out dancing in it. So, for the fashion perspective, I can see how a more normal person would get confused. And again, it has to do with the history, has to do with goth came out. Also history related. You have to remember that goth, especially if you think about the club scene, just like the leather community and the LGBTQ plus community, have always been in the same venues. They've always been extremely tied together, and that's why gay and bisexual goths are so common and normal, and that's why the leather community, the BDSM community, LGBTQS, 2S plus, and goth and alternative, they share so many fashion staples and traits because they kind of became a thing at the same time. They kind of like grew together. And I think that's beautiful. But that's also another part where the whole sexual deviance and the drinking and all those things all tie in into a nice little fetishized sandwich. And misconceptions, they've been around since goth started. I was actually shocked because my boss even asked me, like, well, goths, don't they have like giant orgies or something? I'm like, what? You actually thought that for the last 30 years? Because you have to remember, goth appeared around the same time as the Satanic Panic, so there were so many misconceptions that goths were evil, blood sacrificing, sexual deviants, just having all the weird kinky BDSM sex, fucking everybody, running around in just their fishnets, shaking their little bat butts. And yeah, it's decades of misconceptions, the fashion mixed with the history, and just dudes will be creepy no matter what you do. Are there creepy women and creepy ladies? Yes. There are gonna be creeps of any kind, but creepy dudes will ruin anything no matter what you do. That's why I try to provide them a place to go. Direct your energy over there, stop fetishizing strangers, and even so, I would much rather be appreciated as a person, as I'm sure you would, as I'm sure any girl that you meet on the street. But that's kind of where it comes from. It stems from just as long as goth's been a thing. And it's sad. And it's especially sad when people who aren't even in the subculture, and a lot of us will get mad because like they didn't suffer through what we went through growing up and having to reach that point and being comfortable with who you are and becoming the moth rising from the lamp. Like, I get where that frustration comes from, but even so, you can be upset that goth girl is a Pornhub category. You can be upset that people like me are going to capitalize on something that I'm going to be sexualized for, whether I choose to or not. Or you can just accept that creepy dudes be creepy no matter what you do, no matter who you are, no matter what you look like. There will be a creepy dude after you. And no matter what, yes, goth girl is a Pornhub category. Teenage me would have loved that. And also, there's a category for everything. So, your anger is misplaced. So then, the ultimate answer to the title, to the question of this, why are goth girls so fetishized? Because right now there's more visibility on the internet, but to be fair, everything is fucking fetishized. Yeah, that is your answer. Goths are hot and everything is fetishized. Welcome to the world. I hope this answered your question. I hope you have a lovely, spooktacular day. Take care of yourselves and try not to sexualize strangers in the street.